mission. I'm down.
How's it going, people? So, bit of a delay this time, but got here eventually. This will be the last one for a while, as I haven't got the level for the next set, but here we go. So, this is FB69, Wraithgate, and I'm just outside it now. I've got my squad all ready together. It's right with it, right in the swamps. There you go. So for this one, you actually need to do a quest before you can come in here and kill all the bosses, ideally. And the quest is called Wraithgate, and it's commonly referred as 20-20-20 or 20 times 3, as you have to kill 3 different types of mobs and 20 of each, and they're all inside you. This is actually why now I only just finished killing all 20 of them, well, 60 of them I suppose. You got another one called Key to the Altar, which I think you get from Wraith Hunter in Whetstone Keep. I actually didn't bother getting that quest, mainly because I can do it at a later date. It's not so much of a problem. I'll do it when I get the BHs for this place, most likely. On top of that, the other quest you need is actually part of your spiritual cultivation. You get it from Celestial Elder by Lunar Glade, and it's to kill the Pyro in here, the boss, Pyrosteosis, Resentful Pyrosteosis. And basically what you want to do is come in here, kill your 3 times 20, and you'll probably have to come in here twice to get them all. At the same time, you could do your Key to the Altar quest in here if you wanted to, but then afterwards you'll want wine, because no one really runs 69 without wine unless they're highly over leveled. And you make your way through. So this is an optional boss just up in front of me now, the little snake dude. Well, I say little, he's pretty massive, but Serpentrix. I'm actually skipping him. I'm pretty sure you don't actually need him for any quests either, or then again maybe you do, I can't remember, it's been a while. But he's not too difficult. You'll still want a squad for him, mind, because he's a boss after all, but yeah. So the map for this place is actually kind of confusing the first time you come in here, and there's a few ways to go about it, but I decided to vote for the long way for some reason. And well, the bosses in here can be quite annoying, especially Damned Gornob and Seneca's Polearm, mainly because they got AoEs and they lower your defense, like Eyes of the Crimson, which is annoying to deal with, especially when AoEs are popping off everywhere, especially if you've only got one cleric and they're not totally confident with the job. But if you've got a tidy cleric, you should be fine. So this is actually a really long run. It does take quite a while to get around in this place, so I'm gonna skip ahead here and speed this up for you. I'll join you again when we reach the boss. So here we go, there's the first boss, Resentful Pyrosteosis. As you can see, everyone started before me. But this bloke is surrounded by a bunch of mobs, so you'd have to pull him, either with preferably a Veno, because Venos are always nice to have around, or Genie Ball, or you can just take on everything at once, either way. But this dude mainly uses physical attacks, and then every 5th and occasionally 6th attack you'll end up starting to cast a big fire magic attack. If you've got a wizard in the party who's overly high level compared to everyone else, and they're confident of being able to take the hate and keep the hate, they can actually quite simply tank this dude with Fire Shield, and a Cleric keeping them healed, they should do fine. As you can see, he drops down pretty simply. There's not really much to him. Bit of a cakewalk, to be honest. Although fair play, his nuke does hit for a fair amount, but by this level, if there's a Barb in your party, they should have more than enough HP to negate it. And then some. So, heading our way to the next area now. And by the way, the pole, I suppose you call it, or the altar, whichever, you need, as soon as you kill Pyrostiosis, you'll finish. There you go, got it in front of you there. But you'll need to go to the altar, and that's actually right next to where Pyrostiosis is. So yeah, I gotta double back because I completely forgot about it. But don't forget, as soon as you kill Pyrostiosis, your cultivation's next part is actually right next to him, just behind him. Can't stress that enough because it's very annoying having to come all the way back through. Yeah, I'll show you where it is now. Here's this first pole in front of me is where you tab for Pyro. You should be alright to tab here, there's never normally mobs here, although I can't remember the last time I come through here without wines, to be honest. But the altar you want for the Knot of Love is right by here. It takes a while to mine, but meh, doesn't really matter, it's gotta be done there. So I'll speed this up a bit till we get to the next, I suppose you could technically call him a boss, but yeah, we'll speed her up. Catch you in a bit. Now, actually, come to think of it, so I forgot to mention, to get the tabs for this place, you get your first set of tabs from the Elder over by Arrowhead Manor / Lunar Glade. I think he's called Enlightened One. You have to talk him part of the cultivation anyway, so you should get him off him then. To get the other two, that's actually why you have to do the 20/20, because once you finish them and hand them into Wraith Hunter dude in Whetstone Keep, he'll actually give you the other two tabs you need. So you have to do the 20/20 to get full tabs, whether you want to or not, unfortunately. But yeah, this dude, I'm not actually sure if you actually have to kill him. I've just kind of done it out of habit. I'm pretty sure he used to open the gate that blocked the way, but I don't even know if those gates are still there anymore after they've changed this place so much. But he's just like Pyrostiosis, mostly melee attacks on the 5th one, except you'll use a water magic attack instead. Same thing goes with Wizard. It's easy enough. Although this one does seem to take a while to kill. I can't remember if he's got more life or not, but yeah. Every single boss in this place does actually drop mold, so this dude will actually give you a mold if you're insanely lucky. Serpentrix is the same, even though he's not part of the FB boss. And then Pyro and these lot, Gornob and Polam, they give you the normal molds as well. You've actually got a Mage Ring mold in here, which is quite nice, to be honest. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but it's worth getting. You've also got, with magic resistance, I can't even remember what it's called, but that's, you really should have that if you're on a heavy class. It's even good on light classes, to be honest, because the extra 250 magic defense, if you're on a heavy, is like 2 or 3 magic percentage of defense. It's awesome. But basically what you want to do, everyone in the squad should wait here except for the puller and whoever's tabbing. I'm actually staying here, but if you were to go up ahead a little bit, the road will fork to 2 different directions. The way you want to go is left, and by there you'll see the 2 pillars which will allow you to tab it. Also, you'll also find the 2 FB bosses are there as well, roaming about. So yeah, it's a long pull for whoever's pulling, but it's the same as any other pull. Just grab him and run. That's pretty much it, to be honest. So yeah, we had problems here as my quest list was full. So I'll skip through this bit because it did take quite a while to sort it all out. But basically you need space to pick them both up, and that's more or less just it. So here we go. Which one's that? There you go, he's pulled polearm. The thing about polearm is he's got the defense down debuff, which is very annoying. So clerics need to be a keep out on the tank for purifying, because the extra damage he does is insane. It's absolutely mental. And for the Barbs who are tanking, if you really want to help out your cleric, if you've got the 2 sparks, use Invoke the Spirit, because 1, it'll keep you alive in case your cleric's slow on the uptake, and 2, if your cleric is busy trying to heal everyone else after a couple of nasty AoEs, then at least you've got time, and the cleric's got time, and it could end up saving the entire party from wiping, which is always nice. As you can see, I'm getting absolutely hammered here by the AoEs, and I can't remember if it was this one or Gornob. Nah, it's this one. You can see the other assassin with me, who's attacking him straight up. I think I've got about K.5 more life than him at this point. And he ends up dying because of the lack of health, because the AoE is that strong from shot the low HP jobs. So something to look out for. Additionally, if you've got people up front like me and the other Sin, or a Blade Master, or another Barb or something along those lines, if they've got any spell cancelling abilities, you really should use them, because if you prevent the AoE, it makes the cleric's job a hell of a lot easier, plus you're liable to keep people alive, which is always a good thing. You can actually get a cancel channeling spell on your genie, I can't remember what it's called, but if you want an extra one on your Barb, that is a good use. I'm actually using that on my Barb now. There you go, 2 of them went down. The AoE just knocked them both out. So it's good to keep in mind, the AoE doesn't hit softly at all. Excuse me. Yeah, let's pull them out of the way. Just keep in mind the Purify. The AoE, a squad heal, should cover it. But yeah, he's the most annoying one out of this group. Gornob's also got AoEs, but he hasn't got the defense down, so it's not too bad. The AoEs is just as strong, mind you, but he hasn't got the defense down attack. So, happy days. Puller goes straight back out there, grab the boss from his room full of mobs, and you start on the next one. So I'll speed this up for a little bit. The pull does take a little while. So, bit of info about Gornob. He's got AoE same as Polearm, but he hasn't got any defense down moves or anything like that. So you should be good, although he can spam AoE moves, so any skill cancelling is always handy. Some of the more notable drops is this bloke actually drops the Cape of Tauren Chieftain, which is pretty beast for this level, gotta be honest. And I think it's Dark Shinguards of Hades, which is a set of light legs with plus 100 something HP. They're quite nice. And he also drops Calamity Axes of Blood, which are Berserker Axes. So yeah, all in all, he's actually got some quite tidy drops. In case you all are wondering what Berserker weapons are, it's basically got a little effect on there where it'll occasionally take 5% of your HP and in return do double damage for a hit. and if you're lucky and you land it on a crit on top of it, the mob being heaven flamed by a BM, you can get monstrous damage from it. I'm not a fan of it personally, but you do see quite a lot of people use them, so personal preference at the end of the day, I guess. So you notice this time the other two sins have stayed back. I really should have stayed back myself, but because I've got quite a chunky amount of HP, I can actually survive this at this level. So yeah, I'll say it again just in case you've forgotten or you haven't seen my previous vids. The greatest possible genie spell for your sin has to be Relentless Courage. If you don't know what Relentless Courage does, it's basically a mini demon spark, but you can get it at a stupidly low level. If you've got a strength genie, you can get, well, I think mine's on 17% speed, attack speed increase, which isn't that far off a Demon Spark. Granted, Demon Spark ups your physical damage, but you can't get everything. It's a wicked alternative for lower level. And actually high level as well if you end up going Sage Sin. Because by then, your genie, if you've got a tidy one, should have more than enough points to actually get to 20 to 25% attack speed increase from that genie skill. So essentially you've got Sage Spark with Demon Spark combined, which is quite nice. So yeah, there you go, that's FB69. Pyrostiosis, Seneca's Polearm, and Damn Gornob. Well, been a bit eventful, and I'm sorry everyone who is waiting on my videos, but I've been immensely distracted lately, and unfortunately I am currently out of footage for PWI as I haven't reached 79 to actually do the FB79 walkthrough. So it may very well be a couple of weeks, or maybe, yeah, I'd probably say a couple of weeks before there's more footage up. But in the meantime, I'll start working on some class guides. There's a few people have been wondering that, so I'll add a couple of them in for you. Something to look forward to. It might take a little while, but you never know. And last question, does anyone actually fancy me posting up some videos of Civilizations 4? Because that's been my main distraction lately, to be totally honest. I am loving that game, addicted to it at the moment. So yeah, end of 69. I'll see you in, I'd probably say a fortnight, and I'll upload whatever vid I can get my hands on then. So, I've been Samus Labber, I've been presenting this FB69 for you, and I will catch you all later.